Hey man, say man, it's your boy Dez reacting to 10 reasons Michael Jordan is a GOAT. Now this is the hard truth for a lot of LeBron fans who don't like to listen and hear it from other people who experienced it and watch Michael Jordan play. You just got to see the footage of both of them, who's better, who had more achievements, and then you'll get your answer. We're going to get our answer by this LeBron fan to see if he admits it. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment down below more NBA video suggestions.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Legacy, and for the last video today, I'm going to be watching the 10 reasons why Michael Jordan is...
Seems like he's a diehard LeBron fan. He got a poster in the back.
The last video I was reacting to was 35 minutes. This one's 18. Let's just go ahead and get into this.
35 minutes? Now in 18 minutes, he's getting straight to the point.
Today we're going to be talking about the greatest basketball player of all time. That is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And I'm going to be giving you guys 10
allegedly
why Michael Jordan is the greatest player.
Nobody ever did 6-0 in the playoffs.
Before I dive in, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel.
I'm not subscribing until you say something I like.
That'll help me out tremendously.
So y'all go subscribe.
Also, if you find this video very informative, send it to other people.
And do you see how he was locking down people, but nobody could lock down him?
You're saying too much.
Or doesn't think he's the GOAT.
And how he's scoring on everybody else, they couldn't score on him.
And even reassure things you already believe. So with that being said, let's get into the video. So first up at number 10 of why I think MJ is the GOAT is because he's the greatest scorer in NBA history.
If you watch my last video I just reacted to,
is first in regular season points per game.
At the end of it, I said that. I said he's the greatest scorer.
This is his opinion, though.
Finals points per game. He has the
it could be allegedly.
Over 30 points per game, and he also has the most playoff runs, averaging over 30 points per game. And when it comes to the playoffs, Jordan is also impressive, having the most 50-point games as well as the most 40 points.
He won the playoffs more than LeBron made it to the playoffs. Let's be realistic.
50 plus, 38 with 40 plus. God damn.
He also never scored under 15 points in a playoff game, and he has
never scored under
15 playoff games. Then he has sub 20-point playoff games. Another
those
impressive scoring feat.
Those are some fire stats, but that's at never and not never.
These are some good stats.
He won 7 consecutive
10-time scoring champion.
Also the most ever.
10-time scoring champion, and don't forget the defensive player of the year.
The playoffs and scoring 10 different times. Again,
10-time scoring
with 6 of those years being consecutive.
That's a big standout.
And Jordan in his career averaged over 40 points per game in a playoff series.
Averaging 40 points a game. He's putting that on all boards, all teams.
Highest scoring playoff series in NBA history. And when it comes to the NBA Finals, he has the highest points per game average for a final series at 41 points per game. And the cherry on top, he also has
he got the highest points per game in a playoff game.
3 points. So that's why I think Jordan is the greatest scorer of all time. Now, in addition,
that's not an over-exaggeration.
Jordan was also dominant on the defensive end, and that is reason number 9.
I heard he was good
dominant on both ends of the court, offense and defense, making 9 all-defensive first team.
And do you know he was only 6'6" in height, and he was playing defense, locking down 7-foot players.
MVP and a defensive player of the year in the same season, and he was the first player to ever accomplish that feat. He was also the first player ever
9-time all-defensive first team.
Blocks in a single season, and he is still the
I didn't know that dominant defense.
With multiple 200 steal, 100 block seasons. In addition to that, he led the NBA in steals.
First 200 steals and 100 blocks.
Hell of a defensive player.
For a shooting guard, and in his prime,
he's liking what he's hearing now.
Fairly effectively, he couldn't guard 5s, but 1 through 4, he could definitely hold those guys.
He could guard all of them. Just letting you know.
He was explosive, had great quickness, and he was a dynamic defender. And later on in his career, he was a much smarter defender, had a much higher basketball IQ and a defensive IQ. He was more measured, he didn't gamble, but still he was a great team defender, as well as a great individual defender. And that separates Jordan from all the other great players in NBA history. Now, something else that separates Jordan from virtually every other player in history is that he never folded in the finals.
Never folded in NBA playoffs.
Number 8. If you go through NBA history and look at the top 10 players of all time, all those guys had a down moment in the finals. Tim Duncan in 2013 had the horrible missed layup.
Or in finals.
Don't say nothing about LeBron.
Numerous times at the free throw line,
or 2011.
That's how far he was making it, though.
81 did not put to his great standards. LeBron in 2011 absolutely choked. Kobe in 04 shot his team out of the series. And Kareem in 84 looked old.
As many shot attempts as he's making all of those. He doesn't have a bad shot percentage. Or a bad win percentage.
Not looked at any moment in the finals where he didn't show up for his team in 91.
That just shows you the 6-0 in the NBA playoffs.
And only
Because if he lost one, that would be a bad winning
Now,
percentage.
something else very impressive at reason number 7 is that Jordan is the best playoff performer in NBA history.
Best playoff
Try to
performer.
Playoffs, he's the
I
all-time
ain't
leading
trying to hear
points
that.
per game scorer.
Nope.
He has the most points
Invalid.
ever in a playoff run. He has the most 30-point games in a playoff run. He has the most.
That's a high stat
games in a
record.
We're talking about
series.
just
He has
playoffs.
the most.
33.4 points in the playoffs. 759 points in 1992 playoffs. 16 games of 30 points in 1992. 4 games of 40 points. 12 playoff runs.
Runs,
He's been
averaging
kicked
over
out of the
30 points a
playoffs
game.
a lot of
He has the
times.
most series averaging 40
Talk
plus
about
points a game.
finals.
He has the highest scoring average.
No wonder he didn't walk away because he kept winning them.
Average for a final series. He was only outscored in one playoff series ever.
I'd
That was
be
his
sorry.
first ever series, and he only averaged less than 30 points per game.
Could we just add the impact in there too?
Playoff run.
With the
And also
shoes.
His rookie year, where he averaged 29 a game. Also, some
Averaged
great
29
evidence
his
of why
rookie
Jordan is
season.
the greatest playoff performer of all time. He has the most
8 playoff games, 50 points
Read that.
or above. 38 playoff games, 40
Doubling
points
up on
above.
stats to make stuff look extra good.
1,072 consecutive 10-point games.
8 playoff.
games. So yes, he never scored under 10 points in a playoff.
His records are not going to be
And I
broken.
think when you
Wasn't
talk
that
about Jordan
15
in the
anytime
playoffs,
soon, at
he's
least.
always an unstoppable
I
force,
swear
a
it
great
said under
scorer,
15.
a great all-around player on defense, passing, rebounding. He could do it all for your team. And the only way you could stop Jordan is if you played like the Pistons or like the Knicks, and you had 4 guys focusing on him.
He was one-on-one ISOing everybody getting to the rim.
Great
He didn't need
defense,
screens and none of that.
Great team chemistry. You weren't even going to compete with Michael Jeffrey.
They be forgetting about his dribbling.
So all those reasons are why I would say that Jordan is the greatest player performer of all
And he
time.
just takes off and get the
Now,
posterizing.
reason number 6
Dominate his
is the
era.
fact that Jordan
LeBron
dominated
went to
his era.
8
From
straight
91 to
playoffs.
98, Jordan won
4 regular season MVPs,
6 finals MVPs,
6 championships, 6 final MVPs.
He made first team.
Now, a lot of people will say the final MVPs don't matter, but that just shows how dominant you was in that series and moving forward.
All-NBA and first team all defense 6 times.
Impressive.
Like, if you want to be compared to somebody, you got to be compared to who's on your team first and be better than them.
60 plus games, all but 1 year, and 2 of those years.
LeBron has that.
2 games and 69 games. And
Had
during
some pretty
that
good
full
players
stretch
on his team, too.
91-98, when the Bulls had Jordan playing, they never lost 3
Please
games
don't
in
kill
a
me for
row.
that. That comment.
When he was playing, they never lost.
How LeBron had D
An
Wade, Chris
absolutely
Bosh.
staggering
I'm
stat.
not
3 games in a row.
Jordan
at
was
all.
playing his Eastern Conference, one
Uh,
of the toughest conferences in NBA history.
Had a
You had
depleting
Ewing's
D
Knicks,
Wade and-
Larry
That's because he was scoring most of the points. He was having
Bird,
50-point games.
Cavs, you had Shaq and Penny on the Magic, Tim Hardaway and
I'm
Alonzo
tired,
on
bro.
the
Don't
Heat,
listen to me.
You had Mutombo's Hawks and Reggie Miller's Pacers. Some all-time great teams that Jordan prevented from
That's
winning
iconic.
championships.
to do
And if you want to know how dominant,
I mean, great
was,
teams, but the Chicago Bulls is one of the best teams.
they were
other than the Golden State
19-1
Warriors.
versus the East, 6-0 versus the West, 25-1 versus the NBA. They beat 10
I mean, yeah,
50 win
that
teams
math.
and 7 60
19-1 versus Eastern Conference, 6-0 versus Western Conference, 25-1 versus the NBA. Beat 10 teams that
If you
would
still doubt how good Jordan's competition was, that he dominated, I want you to look
have been
this.
competition.
Out of the toughest playoff runs in NBA history, ranked by opponents' win percentage, Jordan's
Toughest
Bulls
playoff
had
run
3
ever.
of the top 10
Second,
toughest
97
playoff
Bulls,
runs in history,
68.6%.
the 97
Fifth,
Bulls,
93 Bulls, 66.8%.
The only other team that has
10th,
3
98
runs in the
Bulls.
top 10 is Kobe's Lakers. So that right there goes
He's got a layer of achievements that I didn't even know added on his list.
that Jordan had some tough competition,
Really?
and he still dominated that great competition.
Yeah.
So
Can't
that
deny
is.
that.
But I'm not biased, so I learned about both of them and then I chose.
Of all time. Now at
Stop
reason
saying
number
that to
5,
me.
we have the fact that he never created a super
Never created a
Bro,
superstar
like I
team.
said,
Stop
Jordan was
it.
playing-
You can't say that though. It wasn't happening around in that
He
era.
left the Bulls and they were still over 500, bro. Come on. The Bulls without him aren't a super team. The Bulls with
What's
him
the super
are a
team they had?
team.
And go from another
Around then.
super
Get out of
team.
here,
He
bro.
stayed with the Bulls.
Maybe the Boston Celtics.
And he ended up winning 6 championships because of that. Other modern superstars like LeBron, KD, Kawhi, they have left their team numerous times to go form other teams with other all-stars. Jordan simply did not do that. He
That is
stayed
true.
with the team in his
But I think they be adding more
That
Don't
being
get me wrong.
that
said,
matters.
It's a fact.
Like staying on the same team doesn't matter. If you can win with multiple
he
teams,
never played on a super team.
that matters
Does
though.
that twice.
Just
Jordan
winning.
Never played on a super team.
Bro, neither
He
did
played on a
LeBron.
really
And
good
don't
team
say the
that made
D
some
Wade
good
team was
draft
a
picks
fucking
and
super
some
team.
good
Sorry,
free agent
excuse my
moves.
language.
But
Don't
those
say that
Bulls
was a
teams
super
were
team.
not a super team. The first three-peat Bulls were...
Would y'all consider the Chicago Bulls a super team?
Scottie Pippen, who was entering his prime. The role players they had were decent role players, big guys like B.J. Armstrong, John Paxson, Bill Cartwright, Scott Williams, and Horace Grant, who's underrated. But outside of that,
As
you did not
hell,
have
Horace
much
Grant is
help for
extremely
Jordan, and that
underrated.
team was not a dominant super team.
I just said
Now,
that
when
to say
talking about
that.
these second three-peat Bulls, they did add Dennis Rodman,
I
but
don't even
still
know
they
who
were
that
not a
is.
super team. And Rodman at this time was still a great defender, but he was not in his absolute prime. His prime's on the
Pippen,
Detroit
Rodman,
Pistons, not
and
on the
Jordan. And
Chicago
you just
Bulls.
talking about, well, he was.
What? They said that wasn't his prime?
Had Scottie Pippen, but this time Pippen was older and he dealt with a lot of injuries during his
Look
second
at that,
three-peat.
bro. See,
He was
now
older
you're
when he was on
making
that team. I can't agree, but I gotta disagree with he wasn't in his prime.
older here, and then before that, you were like, but he was younger here. Shut up. I'm not trying to hear that. That's biased.
Big man. And that Bulls three-peat team was undoubtedly a great team, but they were not a super team.
But around then, the older you got, the worse you played.
Michael Jordan, he never played on a super team, and he never joined a super team. Now at reason number
And
4,
that
we
makes
have
him
the
the
Most
best
clutch player
the
ever.
Clutch player
That doesn't
in NBA history.
make sense.
And if you go through all of film
And history.
you'll find numerous times
He's
that
not the
Jordan
clutchest.
hit clutch game
Well, we
winning
should learn about him in
LeBron has
history.
the most
And if you
playoff
wanna look through
'Cause you got a lot of
Jordan
impact.
has some
tying
iconic
and
moments.
go-ahead buckets.
Of course, in '98,
If I
he had the
remember
amazing
that
shot
correctly.
and that
Ooh.
entire winning sequence on the stretch.
We've seen that in the mixtapes when he was making them buzzer
LeBron
beaters.
played longer than Jordan, but y'all can't be using that against LeBron like he's supposed to be like, oh, Jordan only played this many years, let me just play this many years. Nah, that's just not fair. If he can play until he's 50, play until you're 50, and of course you're gonna break every record. I ain't hear
What?
that clown.
That's not true. LeBron played in the league longer than Michael Jordan.
Sorry, he's not a clown.
In '93, he had numerous
upset.
clutch plays on the stretch, and he had all but 2 of the
And they both broke numerous records.
Now,
All but
that
2 of the
there
points?
is just watching
That's
the
impressive.
games and seeing how good Jordan was. But if you want the actual stats of how clutch Jordan was, I'm going to show you right now.
I just wish they had a chance to 1v1.
Go back to '97.
That would have never happened though.
For Jordan's prime. But just looking at Jordan's stats in the clutch and his fourth quarter stats in the '97.
Because what we're doing right now is just comparing their teams.
Here is what you get. Jordan, for both these runs, keep in mind, both these runs
Ooh.
was first in fourth quarter points per game. First in fourth quarter.
So they progressively got better in the 1997 playoffs and the 1998 playoffs.
First in fourth quarter total finals points. First in clutch points per game, which is the last 5 minutes of the game for the score within 5
So?
points. He was first in total clutch points.
And I can understand why he has the most selling jersey,
He
because
was also
who wouldn't want to represent this?
total
He's
clutch
repping himself good enough.
There weren't that many clutch people back then. Word?
That is for both the '98 as well as the '97.
I don't know. I just be
playoff
talking.
run.
Don't
No
pay
other
what
player
I
in
say too
history
much mind.
was first in all those categories for a single playoff run besides Michael Jordan, and he did that twice back to back.
He did it back to
So if you
back?
go to the stat route on who
It's like, what did he
did
not
that,
complete then?
That right there is some damning evidence.
But I wonder when he came back to the Washington Wizards, was he trying to win again?
Another thing I want to look at is how Jordan performed in a big time game.
Because that was out of
In
retirement.
Game 7's Jordan first career only went to 3, but in those
Let's talk
games,
about when he got
averaged
bounced out in the
34,
first round.
7. In elimination games, Jordan.
But that doesn't count to the record.
7, once again, very good. And the
Does it?
final game of the series, whether that be a game 5 in the first
LeBron,
round or game 7,
18
Jordan
seasons
averaged
for that to
37
happen.
points per
Or is that
game,
just being biased?
7.2 boards, and 6.6 assists. So Jordan definitely showed up in the big time clutch games. Now at reason number 3,
Most influential player that involved impact. That's what I was talking about.
Entering the league, Jordan was drafted in '84, and that was when Magic and Bird still in the league. And after they
Ooh.
retired, he took the torch and became the
He was doing that on centers.
I'll give it to him.
Some of the moves he does, I'm not even
I say
surprised.
Kobe just because most people.
Because he was dunking from the free throw line.
They say Kobe, but Kobe got everything from Jordan, so had to originate somewhere.
With endorsement as well as shooting.
But if we're talking about
And Jordan, he really
influential
was the first
outside the
local
court, it's
NBA
definitely
star
LeBron
who was
James.
known
And
worldwide.
What?
y'all Jordan
Oh
fans
my-
can't argue.
Today,
I'm not even saying
On
nothing.
the court, most influential would have to be Jordan, but off.
You saying on the court is Michael Jordan, but off the court is LeBron?
Fall. And if
It's
y'all
just not
deny that
true.
in the comments, then y'all are just wrong. Y'all are just wrong.
Because why do you think he was playing basketball because of?
Championships, it was common knowledge you need a dominant big man to win. You need a guy like Wilt, Moses, Bill Russell, Kareem, Hakeem. You need a dominant
Ooh.
big man to win championships. And Jordan, he
He's seen it off the glass and it goes in.
recognized what it meant to be a score first guard, and he had a huge impact on guys like Kobe, Vince Carter, T-Mac, Allen Iverson, all guys.
Who got the most selling jersey? That just shows it.
So I think Jordan being the most influential player of all time.
I've never even
only
watched
contributes
Allen
to his
Iverson
case as
highlights.
the GOAT. Now at reason number 2 of why Jordan
Iconic
is the GOAT
moments.
is because he has so many iconic and memorable moments.
Against the Utah Jazz, that's the 1-1.
Just like
tons and tons
9
of
or
iconic
10. Your
games
points are
as
getting more
well as iconic
trash.
moments. The first one I can think of is game winner in the national championship at UNC when he was a freshman. Now it's kind of these.
Oh, that was him in college? I didn't know he had more buzzer beaters.
Not only in college, but also for NBA fans. The 8-8 slam dunk contest is also iconic.
Because I know when he went off, did he even start? Or did he have to improve to show he could start?
55-point game, the double nickel in Madison
Or is it like some Tom Brady? Or somebody got injured and they just made you start?
Record 63 points versus the Boston
Is that Bird?
Celtics, the most ever in NBA history, and he did that against 5 Hall of Famers.
Gotta watch
He has the
Larry
shrug
Bird
game in the
stuff.
finals, where he had 6 threes
He
in the
looks
first half,
trash.
including a record 35 first half points.
Ooh.
He had the game in 91.
Okay, that is
Switched
iconic, the
hands in
Stroud.
air for
He was a
absolute
trash
reason.
talker.
Just
No
another
reason.
iconic moment for Michael Jordan. And the last 3 iconic Jordan moments that really stick out to me are the flu game in 97, when the Bulls were down 16 points, but Jordan would find a way to score 38 points, including a clutch.
The flu game was number
to
1?
give the Bulls a Game 5 victory. And of course, you have the shot over Craig Elo, one of the most iconic moments in sports history. He fakes right, goes left, hangs in the air, holds
That's
his
great.
pose, shoots it, nothing but net, and he fist pumps at the end. Just an iconic and extraordinary moment. But the most iconic moment in Jordan's
Looked like he
career,
was
and
knocking the
possibly
ghost
in
head
NBA
off.
history, and is definitely up there for sports history, is Jordan's last shot as a Bull in Game 6 of the '98 Finals. And everyone knows this
And y'all be
shot
trying to act like
drives
his-
Did y'all hear that they would have won for 7 championships?
back
Count.
and
I
hits
forgot what
the
happened
It
to
net
him.
counts.
and gives the Bulls their
It
6th
100%
championship.
counts.
Just another iconic.
That would have been more history broken.
Michael Jordan. Now, the last reason I have of why Michael Jordan
Highest
is
peak
the
of all time.
greatest player of all time
Highest peak of
is
all
the fact
time.
that he has the highest peak in NBA history from 1987 to 1993.
No.
And during this stretch, Jordan
Boy,
was the most
LeBron had-
athletic
what?
player in
Stop
the
it.
NBA, could
Stop
dunk
it.
on anybody,
I'm not even
had
listening to
great
that.
handle, no shit.
Ooh.
I'm not even listening to that. LeBron has the longest and best peak. I don't care what nobody says. Come on now. On every team, he's at a different level of being the best player in the league, bro. At least being top 5. Nah, I can get with a lot of the stuff that they're saying. Like, I'm biased, but I'm not dumb. But, nah, that last one is bull. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think down in the description below. I need y'all to tell me some people to react to because I haven't watched none of these basketball players like Allen Iverson, Larry Bird, Magic, whatever. I think they're all probably not as good as they said they were.
So you can have your GOAT conversation till you learn of all the
I also
GOATs.
said that about Jordan, and Jordan is
That's what I was saying.
legit. Goodbye.
LeBron fan reacts to 10 reasons Michael Jordan is the GOAT. If you enjoyed, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment down below. More NBA video suggestions.